And this gets better. I thought I'd make a coffee before tearing into it. You might be able to hear the kettle in the background. And I looked over and it's doing this. This is my bedside clock that has developed an issue. I got it about 15 years ago off the street during Minnesota cleanup week, where people chuck things away onto the streets, and it had no mains cord on the back. But, you know, look at it. It's an 80s thing, isn't it? So repaired it and it's been fine. But what happened was, I put a cold water bottle from the fridge on the top of it, and as it warmed up with the room heat, water ran down and appears to have gone inside. So if I try and set the time, nothing on the hour and minute. Try and set the alarm, nothing on the hour and minute. It does nothing. I don't actually know whether the alarm, yeah, that button works for the on and off for the alarm, but the other buttons don't work. So get it apart, see what's gone on. And this gets better. I thought I'd make a coffee before tearing into it. You might be able to hear the kettle in the background. And I looked over and it's doing this. What happens if I press the time? There we go. Oh, I can make it stop doing that by pressing time. What if I do that now? No? It's a mess, isn't it? Oh, and there it goes again. Right. Right, I've returned with the coffee. The kettle had finished. And now it's stuck on 12:57. Oh my. Right, so the haunted clock is apart, and it's a little bit grimy in there, but it's not too bad. Next thing I want to do then is take these two screws out here, because that's where the buttons are behind, and see what's lurking there. There were actually 3 screws. There was another one in the top there. Now, let's have a look if I can see underneath. It's all kind of close together. I may have to pull this top part out as well. Well, instead what I'm doing, I'm pulling this out, the whole thing, so we can get a better look, because also the other line for the speaker is still attached. I did disconnect one when I first got it, because the alarm would go off and then reset itself, and it was all kind of weird even back then. So I think I'm going to have to do a really good bit of isopropyl cleaning as well. And there we are. Oh, that's messy. That's horrible. Oh dear me. These clicky buttons are off now, and I've got rid of that skanky piece of tape they were attached to. Next thing is to use the isopropyl alcohol and clean this area up. There we go, it does look quite a lot better. So the next thing is to attach the buttons back on using some new tape, and then try this out. There we are, and next to put the screws back in. It turns out that these screws aren't magnetic, so to get that one in there, I'll use a magnet. There we are. And there we go. There we go, back together. Now, let's plug it in, see if it's fixed. Well, first of all, this is a better sign. It's flashing the time. Before it was just steady. So see, time, hour. Oh yeah, okay, 3 o'clock, and it's about 3:10. Ha! I fixed it. Yay! It was just dirty buttons and things. So I think if there's anything to be forwarded and learned from this, is that if you've got 80s stuff, it's likely to have crud on the contacts, and also of course don't put cold bottles on the top of these things, because the moisture will end up going inside. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. It's working again. The little button, these clicky buttons are off